Can I have your attention? We might as well get started. Looks like everyone's here and pretty much done eating. You can keep eating, of course. Yeah, I'm Bruce Trolley. Uh, this is my parish, and I like it. Anyways, so this presentation was really supposed to go on during the last Google Earth night, and it got delayed. I mean, we had some speakers that really did a great job, and everyone was entertained, but it ran kind of long, so we decided not to do it, and then we decided to have another one. And actually, in the meantime, Sister Josephine, of course, went back to her hometown in Madagascar and did some amazing things, and so we figured we'd have a chance to show this one that we didn't get to show, and also give Sister a chance to show you what her hometown looks like. It's really pretty cool. So, anyways, let's see here. Our clinic that our parish sponsored and financed back in actually 2007 is in the Democratic Republic of the Congo in a province called Kananga, and it's actually what's in the city of Kananga also. And so this gives you an idea where it is and what traditionally on Google Earth Night you have to fly there, right? So, anyways, let's kind of look at what Kananga looks like from the sky. So here we are at Immaculate, and if I hit Kananga, let's see. That should do it. So it'll take off and head over there. And that's what it looks like. And actually, if you back out, this is almost, it's pretty close to the equator. Let me go back to this one. There. Yeah, so this, you can see up in the northern part, there's a reason why that's brown. It's desert. So these guys get a lot of rain, which is part of their problem with this clinic because I don't think they built it to withstand the rain. But anyways, so if you go to this Kananga and you zoom in on some of these areas and see what it looks like, there's a lot of people there, and it was a surprise to me that it was this populated. I had imagined that it was like out in the jungle somewhere, because they were talking about people getting bit by snakes and stuff like that. I just imagined, I don't know, banana trees or something. I don't know, but so anyways, you look at this, and it's like the thing that's striking is that there's no streets. So they must like go back and forth between their houses using paths, and there's no electricity. I guess people could get generators, but there's no gas stations, and it's kind of like, what do you do? These people learn to live with. There are streets, and there are cars, but that doesn't look like Willoughby, and so that kind of gives you an idea of what their environment looks like. I mean, there's bigger streets, and there's probably airports and schools and churches and hospitals, but for the most part, they're not living the way we do. And anyways, so if you want to go and look at what the actual clinic, I contacted them the first Google Earth night. I tried to get a hold of the Monsignor that we worked with when we built the clinic, and tried to get the GPS coordinates of the clinic, and I couldn't even get a hold of them. And we had all kinds of theories about what was happening. We spent months. We wrote letters to the Archbishop of Kananga and all this stuff, and we thought that maybe the place might have gotten attacked or something, because there's this situation where the Islamic rebels are like stealing the tantalum out of the ground and selling it to the electronics firms and using that to finance the war in Syria and all this stuff that was happening like 5 years ago, if you go back and read it. And these people were getting ripped off, so all the wealth is disappearing through the minerals that are being stolen. But in any event, that's not our problem. But anyways, here's the clinic, and it's totally different from what I thought. I'm not sure which of these buildings is the one that we built, because we built one of them. And, it's really populated. And there's streets nearby. So it's kind of like blew up my preconceived notion of what it was going to be like. Because if you look at the video that he sent, it doesn't show that surrounding area too well. And you think it's out in the country, But it's not. But for sure, their lifestyle is not like ours. Those are dirt roads. And I still don't see any gas stations. So, anyways, that's kind of like, that should give you a feeling for where they're at. Okay, let's see here. If I go, yeah. So I did a little bit of Wikipedia searching, just to compare and contrast places that we know about. So there's, Willoughby, Cleveland, and the city of Kananga, which population-wise, here's the one on the left. Here's population. Kananga's, was it 3 times bigger than Cleveland? And I don't know, who ever heard of Kananga before tonight? It's one of those things that amazes me when you go looking around at different places around the world. There are these huge cities that are bigger than Cleveland. But they don't have the Browns, so we're safe. Anyways, and then if you take you go on Wikipedia and everyone's got this flag page. So you get Willoughby's flag page, Cleveland's flag page, and Kananga's flag page, and you take the people, the population, and the area, and you come up with the population density. So here's Willoughby, and here's Cleveland and Kananga. So it's about the same density as Cleveland. Or if you were living in Willoughby, just imagine cutting your yard in half, So that's kind of like, but the main thing is it's not in the sticks. You know what I mean? It's in the city. So, but that's their life. Per capita income. So, you can get this kind of stuff. This is a list of GDP by country. It's all laid out there for you. And there's, on Wikipedia, of course. And then, so there's the IMF, International Monetary Fund's version, estimate of the population in the World Bank and the United Nations. So I chop those off. Here's the first one. I don't know why these two aren't included in that, but Luxembourg's number 1. And so I kind of chopped those out and put them in side by side so you can see them, just to give you a feeling. So here's Luxembourg. We'll just go by this column here. So the IMF says that the average per capita income is $127,000. So we already have our bags packed. We're on our way to Luxembourg. No. Anyways, that's crazy. And of course, the U.S., 75,000. I don't know why it's that high, but that's the average. Russia and China, we're a lot better off than they are, evidently. El Salvador, where Father Troja, was a missionary for, 6 years or something like that. So they're down there. And then the Democratic Republic of the Congo, $660 a year. So that's like $2 a day. And then Sister Josephine, I put this together after I saw her presentation on Wednesday. And she said it. It's like it's a little more than $1 a day, but it's $1 a day. Madagascar is like, it was when we started last year. I did this last year. Madagascar was on the bottom, and evidently I don't even know where Burundi is, but they're under $300 a year. So, and once again you can look this stuff up on Wikipedia. A couple of dollars per day. So this is another interesting aspect of it, like, how Catholic are they, So, there's a website, the Catholic, what is it? I can't remember what this is. CatholicHierarchy.org. They list all these different parishes and, well, not the parishes, by diocese. They don't go down to that level of detail. But so you got a table full of data, and you throw that into Excel, and oops, no, I don't want to do that. going to go back to Excel and sort it, and then see where we are and where they are, and so we're over here at a little bit over 20% Catholics, about the same as Madagascar, evidently. The Congo's 50%, so half the people in Congo, and then El Salvador and Latin America's up here. They take the prize, But just another perspective. So anyways, 2007, we had a campaign here to raise money for them, and we dug up 80 grand, and Father Troja figured out how to send it over there. And a few years later, they opened the clinic. And actually, it opened up before this. This was in 2013. There was a concept article that talked about the completion of the medical facility, but it had been in operation for some time. And this photograph was actually taken from a letter to Father Weber, and it had a date in the letter of 2013. So it was inaugurated, but I think it was operating quite a bit before that, because even in this letter, they're talking about things starting to have signs of like wear and tear. But this is Monsignor Ndingu, which I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's not Ngindu, it's Dingu. And oops, and then so the first time we had this harebrained idea of having Google Earth night, I want to digress a little bit and just go over that in case people weren't there for the first. How many people weren't at the first Google Earth night? Yeah, so there's enough, So we had, these are pictures that were sent to Father Weber while the thing was being built. And so this is a quick review. I want to go through this stuff even though half of you have heard it before. So if you have the parish directory from the last time we updated it, there's a link at the bottom of one of the pages that had a YouTube video. And that YouTube video was sent to, I don't know where it came from, but it's still up on YouTube. So we put the link in the church directory. So I want to play that video now. It kind of goes through the construction phase. And So that's what it looked like when they were putting it together. And so back to the presentation mode. Back to okay. So, anyways, in this letter that actually we went over during that first night, this was 2012. It said it's completed, and they said that you have expecting women and elderly and children that show up, and they show up. You know, everyone shows up. It's not just for Catholics. The entire community enjoys it. And then the thing that happened was, I guess they, when people started going there, they figured, well, I'm going there, I might as well be Catholic, So, so people who are not Catholics have started coming to our parish to get initiation in Catholic doctrine in view of their baptism. So, that was kind of cool, actually. Unexpected consequences, or maybe they were expected. And then they didn't have electricity. You could see that from the air, from the satellite shots, and they can't really just get a backup generator because they have no gas station. So it's like they bought solar panels. They didn't have them at the time. They were going to look for them back in 2012. And then he told this story. It was fun. It was pretty funny about that. We paid for their toilets at the school. I didn't know that. And they said the kids used to go out into the bush for their natural needs. You can guess what that is. But some of them were bitten by snakes, and so they're really happy to have the toilets. It's the truth. And then later on, like in this update, he was talking about the corrugated tins which cover the roof. They got those corrugated roofs, so they were already rusting out back then. This is like, figure we financed it in 2007 and they inaugurated it in 2013. That's 5 years already, and I guess the things were rusting out. So, anyways, and then. This is 2013 when he sent the letter. So this is, we got a hold of him, and a couple days after the first Google Earth night, he actually responded to the email. Then it took months to try to get this video. And so anyways, here it is. This is...
Okay. This is St. Peter and Paul Clinic, which was built in 2007 with the money coming from the Immaculate Conception in Willowboro in Ohio, in the Diocese of Ohio. It was the help of the parishioners and Father Mike Troha. And then years later, we come here to see the progress or whatever the center has become. First, we see there is some improvement. They have a solar panel which have been made, put on the roof, and it gives light during the night. And some way the structures has known many problems now. With the rains of our days, we have problem with the structure of the clinics. If we go around first, we see the state of the clinic. The veranda is going away. We need to improve it. We need to repair it. And all around, we see is coming down. And we need some repair anyway. As you see all around. This is in the Catholic clinics. And behind me, we have a state clinic. It came very, very late. It is recent. All these parts of the parish, there were no rich people, so people were coming in very poor area. Now, as soon as we had the school and the clinics, people are coming to be around there, the clinic and the school. And this part of the clinic was foreseen for the dormitory, to have a place to keep people, the sick who come, but we didn't, the money was not enough, so we have to focus first on the building here. And really we need to improve, we need to repair the veranda. And the rest of the place, all this belongs to the clinic. So we have space, and where people are living, it is part of the clinic. Uh, that's the urgent need, is to improve the veranda. And that's from outside. Now we enter the clinic and to see different services. Yeah, this is the place they receive the sick people. As a child who is sick, going to be treated now. And there are different departments. They are closed because people, the responsible are working here. That's the office. Not here the consultation house. Bonjour maman, ça va? Ah, vous êtes du service. C'est gentil. Oh. So they are keeping people who are sick here. There are some still here. Why we're not? Sick here and here too. Hey, Muchin. Hey, Muchin. And we have sick here. Yeah. I can't. Beto avana. Wait a minute. Tu vuoi buttare là? E mu diba pandila. It's a surgery home for surgery. And some bed to keep the sick people after the surgery. They are all getting old. This piece of wood, when they put in and put the, how do you call that in English? Against the mosquitoes. Yeah. We need to improve all this. Yeah. So, sure. Tu nimbo munemu, emulichin, mudimubeji, they keep the sick. Emujingen, mulabo. That's what we have in this place, and many of the items are broken. We need to improve some. Okay, that's to have an idea what was a model from the beginning. Now it is kind of crumbling because it has not been improved. from 2007 to 2022, that's 15 years, I guess. Yeah, 15 years. So we need really to improve it. Okay, that's what I could do. Thank you, Father Mike. Thank you for the service. We need more help from the Immaculate Conception Parish. Thank you.
Let's see here. Just gonna hold on that I cranked up the volume. Hello? No, I guess not. So, anyways, now it is. Here we go. Let's try that. Check, check. Test, test, test. Good enough. Okay, so so we asked him, what would it take to fix it? And what he did is he went out and he got a quote from a local contractor and sent us a copy of it. And it's a pretty big chunk. The original clinic was 80,000, and he's asking for 12,600. And he sent us this, and he sent us a formal quote. I don't know if we can scrape that up. I don't know how, but anyways, and he sent it to us in French. He sent it to us in French, and so I. This thing. Something's changing the gain. Check. Anyways, it came to us in French, and I went to talk to Elaine and Father to see if they would be okay with us trying to raise it. And she wanted to know what was in it, so she asked me to translate it. And, 50 years ago, I graduated from Cathedral Latin, and I took 2 years of French. So I'm ready for this, But I have to tell you, after I got out of high school, I went in the Navy, and stationed in Long Beach, our ship went into the yards, and I had to get an apartment because the noise of the people driving rivets in the hull and stuff like that was driving us crazy. So we got an apartment in Long Beach, and one day we're driving out to our apartment, and there were a bunch of French sailors whose ship just pulled in, and they wanted a ride into town, so we gave them a ride. And I turned around, I wanted to use my French. The only thing I could remember was il est froid, which means it's cold. I swear. And they looked at each other like, I think we want to get out of this car. I don't know how you say that in French, but I'm sure that's what I heard. Anyways, so I broke this, I translated this using Google Translate, of course. And so we got, over here, let's see, this should turn into I'm surprised. This is supposed to turn into a pointer, but you can see the mouse. The first chunk here is plumbing. It says $2,700 in plumbing. That was actually, if you look at it in detail, there's a storage tank there, which and gutters. So they want to put gutters on so the gutters don't collect. So they collect the water instead of letting it destroy the sidewalks, and put it in a holding tank. And they got an electric heater that they'll run off their batteries that are being charged by their solar cells. So they'll have hot water at the clinic. They got to boil it, right? You got to start a fire. So anyways, and then they got to redo some footers. I couldn't actually translate this one. It's like $3,700 for the footers. This is the sidewalks on the veranda. The roof must be, you see it's all rusted already. It was rusted back in 2013. It's probably a lot worse now. They want to replace the roof, but $500 to replace the roof, that's nothing. They're building some kind of a room construction. I'm not sure what that is. That's another $4,000 for a room. And then another roof, $700 for a roof. And you add all these up, and it's like $12,600. It's like, I don't know where that's going to come from, but we'll figure out something. We'll help them out in some way. And like Sister pointed this out the other day, and I checked some of this stuff because Madagascar's similar the situation. Very poor country, and labor is cheap, but the materials are the same. So you're going to buy some roofing material, you're going to pay what you pay at Lowe's, roughly. You know, I checked a few of them. I checked rebar and I checked concrete, and it's like, that's right. Anyways, so right now, we're thinking that, well, we actually have something planned. The Janine Hosian's social committee, you know, they got a pancake breakfast scheduled for the 29th, and then a spaghetti dinner the following week. So we're going to try to raise some money there. I think we'll probably charge to go to it, you know, just to sell tickets to it. And whatever we get out of that, we get out of that. And that's not going to raise $12,000. But I don't think we have to necessarily raise the whole thing. I mean, really, he made a pitch for the sidewalks in the video, and, you know, that was like $3 or $4 grand, something like that. The other possibility, I was thinking, my brother-in-law, he's in Columbus, and his Knights of Columbus, to raise money, they sell submarine sandwiches after Mass. And it's like, you know, you make 50%, you know, and you could do that for as long as you need to. And maybe we can do that every week and then have a chart, you know, showing where we're going. And then the other one, what else? I don't know. I was thinking maybe we can like ride down Route 71 and knock off all the gas stations on the way down to Columbus. Get it all done in one day. You know. Then just turn around and confess it to Father. No, that would never be. That's not part of the plan. But that's it. You know, we got they need some money. They made a pitch to help for us to help them, and we should try to figure out how to do it. And we'll come up with some means of doing something. So, and that's it. So, you know, and then there's other people that need too. So we can't, you know. It's just amazing to me that people are living like that, you know. And then there's that. I don't know where it came from. The story. I'm not too literate in terms of like where these stories originate. But like there's this about the guy who the kid was on the beach and all the starfish were dying, and people have heard that. You know, if you this guy walks up and the kid's throwing the starfish back in the water, and the guy says, "It's crazy. You can't possibly make a difference, you know, by doing that. Look how many starfish there are, you know." And it's like the kid picked another one up and threw it in the water and said, "I made a difference to that one," you know. So this is kind of like that, you know. Like there's people that all over the world need it. And there's all kinds of hands out. There's fundraisers everywhere you look. And my eyes weren't open until I kind of got involved in this. And it's like, holy smokes, everyone's asking for money. So whatever happens, happens. But, you know, we're kind of like their sister parish now. So we probably owe it to them to pitch in some fashion. So that's it. So anyway, so now we'll have an intermission. I got to get Sister Josephine set up here with her computer, so we can. We have to listen to this. I think it'll work. This is music compliments of Father Lou. It's really nice country western music.